On today's Flair, we've got a great show for you. We've got music, desserts, and politics. That's all coming up. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome to Flair, the show that brings creativity to the forefront from the worlds of fashion, commentary and politics.
Are we facing a crisis of creativity? Is art just for the posh rather than the poor? We'll be debating this in today's Westminster Controversy Corner.
And today's music is from a tribute band called Persuade, who will be playing The Beautiful Ones, the breakthrough hit from the 90s pop act, Suede.
And to end on a sweet note, the nation's favorite pudding with ace cookery expert Nigella Lawson.
That's all on today's show with Westminster Live.
We are joined today by two creative professionals who come from contrasting backgrounds to discuss this pressing topic. Thank you for coming, socialists, and thank you for coming, posh twats. Now, do you mind telling me a bit about who you are and the world you came from? Socialists.
Hi, well, I came from a poor mountain. My mother worked very hard to get us there. We have a few cows, a few sheep, and that's basically what got me here today. We had to sell oral cows, but I think it was worth it so that my mother could get me to where I am today.
And I was actually born under a bridge. It was quite interesting. You know, we would scavenge around and find things to sell. I think that's what helped me to get here today as well. So yeah.
Crazy. And posh twats?
Yes, my name is Ajit Sunak. I am the son of our great Prime Minister, Overlord Rishi Sunak. I was born in his lovely mansion. You know, my father was the greatest father in the world. He gave me everything. You know, I had everything from the day I was born, educated in Cambridge, doing my master's in the Nebraskan Embassy of Ohio. Loads of different places, you know, so I'm very happy where I am in my life.
Yes, my name is Jake Hancock. You might know my father helped tremendously during the pandemic times and quite literally saved our country from decades of disturbing times. And I truly believe that today I'm here to represent him in his name.
Well, on that note then, what do you guys think is the biggest challenge facing creatives that are trying to get into their respective industries?
I think the biggest challenge is that people with wealth, they have it easier as they can just buy their way into school. They don't need scholarships. They don't have to think about paying for travel. They don't have to think about paying for anything. And they even have connections that can get them into any school that they want. Whereas almost everyone else needs to work like 5 times as hard in order to get to the same place that other people have to get in. They need scholarships, they need to worry about tuitions, all of that.
Yeah.
It's a lot more complicated.
Exactly, and it's very hard to get connections to the industry when you're actually completely outside of that type of world trying to get in.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Posh twats?
I think it's just down to utter laziness, you know. People aren't going outside and, you know, traveling the world. You know, I've traveled many places. I've been to Italy, France, and so many different countries, you know. I met so many different film producers, TV producers. I'm actually going to be commissioning a show at BBC tonight at 9 p.m, so make sure you check out that. So yes, I don't think it's difficult at all. Yeah, you just need to get off your ass.
Utter lower class laziness.
Yes, indeed.
Wow. Okay. Well then, do you feel that resources like class-based scholarships and government support have leveled the playing field?
I believe that they're working towards it, but at the moment, there's so few of them. And the few that there are, they're very centered towards like specific groups that general people that are just trying to get a scholarship, anything like that, they can't actually find a specific place to go to and get help.
Yeah, the scholarships, it's like my colleague here said, it's getting there. It is, slowly but surely, but it probably will take quite a while until it completely levels out the playing field.
Yeah, sucks to be in the bottom, right?
Yeah.
How would you like to take this one?
Well, I just do believe it goes back to that old adage: do not bite the hand that feeds you. We give and we give. They take and they take and they ask for more. It's getting astoundingly ridiculous. I cannot believe we just continue to give these lower class individuals, and they speak as if they're one of us. I mean, they speak as if they want more. So yes, I believe it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
They receive all they need. They just
Yeah,
need to
yes.
work harder.
I completely agree.
Well, on that note, what do you think of the phrase, pull yourself up by your bootstraps? That implies grit can overcome pretty much any obstacle. We'll go with the posh twats first.
Well, you know, there is that. But, you know, and it's true, you know, why sit on your butt all day watching TV on your Netflix when you simply pull up your boots, get out there and get a real job, you know? My father always told me to get into accounting if you want to get a career in creativity, because accounting is where it's at. You can't get anything in the arts if you don't do accounting or some sort of maths. Maths is very important, so we've got to make sure we stick to our maths. Put yourself on the up by boots, quit this university and go to Cambridge and study maths. Exactly. Yes.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Well then, moving on from that. Finally, what do you think needs to be done to encourage and facilitate class mobility? We'll go with the socialist first.
I believe that there's a lot to be done. My mother worked so hard in order to get me where I am today, and she didn't get any help. She asked everywhere to receive help from anyone, from the government, from tutorships, from scholarships, from everything, and no one has offered to help her. I don't know what type of talk you're talking about with all the help that you've been given, because I do not find anything anywhere. Neither has my mother. It's been so hard to get me to where I am today. And I believe that there's a lot to be done.
Yep.
A lot where we need to work on.
Yep. And also just the fact of you've had everything handed to you on a silver platter. We've actually had to work for our stuff as well. Just the fact of, you know, it's not just the tuition, it's not just the scholarships, you also have to pay for resources, especially in arts, that gets really expensive. So it gets really hard for us. Obviously, you wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
No, I wouldn't know because my daddy, you know, he got me everything, you know.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm very fortunate.
Oh.
I'm so grateful to my father, the great Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. Yes.
Everybody order,
Salute.
order.
Sorry.
How about you guys answer the question, please?
Can you repeat the question, please? Because I've completely forgotten.
What do you think needs to be done to encourage and facilitate class mobility?
Oh, nothing. You know, everything's fine. You know, what are you on about? Everything's fine.
Of course it's fine for
For
you,
you?
upper class.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever considered to look at other classes, see how they're doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Put
You're the
yourself
cream
in
of the
their
crop.
shoes for one
Imagine living like us.
Well, I don't need to.
We don't need to.
We don't need to imagine that.
Why would we waste our time?
Yes, no.
Okay.
No.
Well, guys, these are some deeply insightful takes on the topic. Thank you both so much for coming. But I'm afraid that's all we have time for today. Now, Suede were the alternative story of the Britpop 90s. Not as loud or as laddie as Oasis, or as satirical as Pulp. Their imagery was always about androgyny in suburbia. So naturally, they became the soundtrack for suburban misfits who felt they just didn't fit in with the times. Well, Persuade, a tribute act to the band, are leading a revival of interest in their music and are here to play out with the beautiful ones, a hymn to the lost youth. See you next week.
Kicking their pets to the heads. beautiful world, the beautiful